All right, I meant that to be the last question, but let me just ask one more and ask, for organizations really that don't know where they rank, in the sort of how risky or not risky it is, of course they may have an idea. The kind of thing that you're doing, the consultancy, is there something like, auditing an environment or a certain business that possibly there may not be hitherto so much information before, and sort of being able to gauge and tell them, how risky what they are doing is or not?
Very much so. It's a big part of what we do is what I might call the health check report, and also what we call a maturity report. And what that really does, it says how mature are they in risk management. We have this international standard ISO 31000, which you cannot be accredited to because it's a principle and a guideline, and a lot of it is done in terms of how close is the business to achieving the standards in that standard, and that is a very important aspect. And so yes, a starting point for a lot of businesses is where are we right now, how far do we need to go, and that is what we call a gap analysis, and it does set a nice blueprint for where they perhaps should take their risk management. All right,
David Tatam, many thanks for coming to PM Live.
Thank you.
We've been speaking to David Tatam, who is a specialist in the whole in the issue of risk management, and he's an author. He's written a book actually on operational risk, and he's giving his thoughts on how companies, be they small, big, or whichever tier they are, they can be able to manage their risks of what they are doing. And of course, he's emphasizing the points that every company, every business ought to have a functioning and a dynamic risk management strategy, and of course not only strategy in terms of books and papers, but something that is being implemented. Because if ultimately a company doesn't not implement and it's hit by whichever risks there is, it would bring down some possibly many years of work and a great company in standing, and affect so many other players and in the economy.